Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Amajnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakhur Nimiletan Jaina Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanam Cha Tirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Siragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Aritam Sri Visakham Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kuntar Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatrubhasya Kurpa Sindhuveva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhya Vaishnavya Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedantu Samiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much. Today is very important classes because today the topics is that talks between Rāmānanda Rāya and Chaitanya Mahāprabhu. So why this is very important? Because the conversations or the talks between Mahaprabhu, Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda Rāya is the culmination of the ultimate purpose of life. Unless we know what is the ultimate purpose of life, we cannot attain our endeavor is fruitless. So we must know the philosophy. So therefore, this philosophical discourse between Rāmānanda Rāya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very important. Mahaprabhu, when he visited to South India, on the way to South India, so he met at Rāmānanda Rāya, the great devotee who was the governor of those days, the governor of the Andhra, at the bank of Godavari River. I'm not going into the history and the pastime, the story of both of them, but we will jump into directly the philosophical conversation between Mahaprabhu and Rāmānanda Rāya that culminates the highest ultimate purpose of life. So when Rāya Rāmānanda met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there was a discourse is going on. There was a question and answer. Mahaprabhu is questioning to Rāya Rāmānanda. Because the question and answer, that is very important. It not only purifies the speakers, also audience. It is like purifying entire things. It is stated in these beautiful verses that how the question answer is very important. Whole Bhagavatam is very question and answer. The philosophy actually sprouts up, substantiated by the question and answer. Vasudeva Katha Prasna Purusam Trin Punnantihi Bhaktaram. Bhaktaram means those who speak. Prichakam Strotim Tatapada Salilam Jatha. Bhaktaram means to the speaker, and Sukadev Goswami. Prachakam means inquisitive hearer, and Srotin means the listener hearing about the topics. Ganges emanating from the toe of the Lord Vishnu purify the three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary system. Similarly, when one speaks the question about the pastime and characteristic of the Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, three varieties of men are purified: the speaker or preacher who inquires, and the people in general who listens. Therefore, the question answer is very important. The whole Bhagavatam is full of question and answer, because that will culminate to the point of the highest purpose of life, substance, the tattva, bhakti tattva. So here also, the conversation between Rāmānanda Rāya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu substantiate the bhakti tattva in varieties of ways. So let's go back to the question answer. Mahaprabhu asked the first question. Very important for the devotee to understand this. Mahaprabhu asked that what is the purpose of ultimate purpose of the life. So Prabhu kahe pada shloko sadhyare niranya raya kahe swadharma acharana Vishnu bhakti boy. So here Mahaprabhu ordered Rāmānanda Rāya recite a verse from the revealed scripture concerning the ultimate goal of life. Rāmānanda replied, if one executes the prescribed duty of his social position, he awakens his original consciousness. So in this connection, Ramanujacharya states in the Vedartha Sangra that devotional service is naturally very dear to the living entity. Indeed, it is life goal. This devotional service is supreme knowledge or Krishna consciousness, and it brings the detachment from the material activity. In the transcendental position, a living being can perfectly acknowledge the superiority of serving the Lord. Devotee attains the Supreme Lord only by devotional service. Having such knowledge, one engages in his occupational duty, and that is called Bhakti Yoga. By performing Bhakti Yoga, one can rise to the platform of pure devotional service. A very important point here say that devotional service is very highest, Prema Pumartha Mahan. But we should know the progressive stage of devotional service. Therefore, this conversation will reveal, enlighten us, educate us what is really ultimate purpose of life, what is Bhakti Tattva. So here Prabhupada say that having such a knowledge, one engaged in the occupational duty that is called Bhakti Yoga. So unless we get this transcendental knowledge about devotional service, we cannot engage in Bhakti Yoga. Therefore, we must have this knowledge, Bhakti Tattva, which is the culmination, which is the purpose of, which is the real substance of the talk between Raya Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is very important. So he started with that Lord instituted the Varnashrama Dharma. When it was asked that what is the ultimate purpose of life, you cite a verse. So he cited a verse, Raya Ramananda, that beautiful verses from Vishnu Purana. Even also Bhagavatam also that verse is there, similar verse. So he told that the Varnashrama Dharma, which is instituted by the Supreme Lord, Karanam Guna Sangarsa, Karma Guna Vibhagasa. So Lord say that in 413 that this Varnashrama Dharma is created by the Lord for social division and for spiritual division. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. So this is the basic foundations of humanity, this basic foundation of common contact with divinity. So therefore, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasa. So Krishna has created that. So also it is stated in Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita further. Human society in 18th chapter actually, there are two verses is there, 45 and 46. It is stated that human society should be divided into 4 divisions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Everyone should always engage in his occupational duty. Lord says that those engaged in their occupational duty can attain perfection simply by rendering loving devotional service to the Lord while executing their particular duty. Actually, the modern ideal classless society can be introduced only by Krishna consciousness. Let men perform their occupational duty. Let them give their perfit to the service of the Lord. In other words, one can attain the perfection of life by discharging one occupational duty and employing the result in the service of the Lord. This method is confirmed by great personalities like Bodhan, Ramida, so many philosophers. So here, this beautiful verses was quoted by Raya Ramananda to answer the question of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Varnashrama charavata purusena parhapuman Vishnu Aradhyata Pantananya Tattosha Karanam. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, is worshipped by the proper execution of prescribed duty in the system of Varnashrama. There is no other way to satisfy Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must be situated in the institution of 4 Varnashrama. So, he quoted this verse that the Varnashrama system has to be, by following the Varnashrama system, then one can come in contact with or engage in the devotional service of the Lord. But Mahaprabhu has rejected this. And he told that Iha Bahya, that it is external. It is not wrong, but it is external. Why we should understand that why it is called it is external? Because in Kali Yuga, Kalu Sudra Sambhava, the Varnashram system is also is very difficult to bring up because things are so chaotic, so so disoriented. It's very difficult to maintain the Varnashram dharma. And this is particularly for the materialistic people because the conception is not transcendental. The conception of Brahma, Varnashram dharma is based on the three modes of material nature. Kama, Artha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So all this is based on the modes of material nature. So therefore, somebody is working on the mode of goodness, like Brahmanas are working on the mode of goodness. Somebody is working in passion, like Kshatriyas. Somebody working on the both passion and ignorance. Shudras are working in the passion. So this is on the modes of material nature. And there is, devotional service is transcendental. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that, no. Although it is the basic foundations, but we should not stay in this. You should go beyond that. Because it has no conception of bhakti. Mahaprabhu very nicely say, there is no conception. The iha ahya. Of course, you should read the purport of Prabhupada very nicely. Prabhu kahe eha bhaya age kaha are. Raya kahe Krishna karma apana sarva sadhya sar. So Mahaprabhu said that, Lord replied, this is external. You had better tell me some other means. Ramananda replied that to offer result of one's activity to Krishna is the essence of all perfection. So Varnashram system is based on the occupational duty. It is on the material platform. There is no transcendental. Bhakti is transcendental. Then you go ahead, go something else better than this. Puttive activities, Varnashram dharma, will not result in devotional service. Therefore, go. So what is the next thing? Next thing Ramananda say that you should employ or whatever the fruits, result of one's activities, one should offer to Krishna. Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita, Yat kurosi, yat asnasi, yat josi dadasyat, yat tapasyasi kante tat kurusa madarpala. That is more better than simply you doing, I am an engineer, I am a doctor, I am this, I am that. But if as long as I am not offering my result to activities, result of my activities to Krishna, it is still in material platform. It has no value. It has to become in contact with divinity or God or Krishna. Otherwise, this occupational duty is just, it is stated in beautiful verses, Sarma ebhi kevalam. There is a beautiful verses it is say that simply doing occupational duty under the Varnashram system is just, Sarma ebhi kevalam. It is stated that dharma sanustita punsam vishwaksena kathausu notpadate jadiratim sarma evhi kevalam. The occupational activity a man performs according to his own position, means according to Varnashram dharma, are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of personality of God. Very important point. Therefore, only Varnashram system, just performing our occupational duties or activities, is not enough. We have to connect with the Lord. And that connection is offering our result. Therefore, Krishna says that, Yat karosi yadasnasi yat josi dadasya. Never mind, you are an engineer, you are a doctor, you are a manager, you are a director, you are a CEO. Never mind, but whatever the things, result of your activity must be employed, must be offered in the service of the Lord. So Krishna also demand here, Yat karosi yadasnasi yat josi dadasya yat tapasyasi konte tat kurusa madarpanam. So this verse is also quoted by Ramananda Rāya. Ramananda Rāya quoted this verses. He's saying that he said that is the The best thing is that essence of all perfection is that yat karosi yat dasnasi yat joshi dadase. And Mahaprabhu rejected this. Why Mahaprabhu rejected this? महाप्रभु प्रभु कहे एह भाया आगे कह आर राहा करे स्वधर्म त्याग एई सत्यासा. So here Mahaprabhu, this is also external. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, please proceed, speak further on this matter. Why he rejected this one? This is a very good proposal. Prabhupada also written very good proposal, because you see in the material modern world, everybody is 99.9% engaged in the fruitive activities. They can be perfected by offering the result of this, their activities to the Lord. But the problem is here, very nice purport Prabhupada given, that Lord has said that Varnashram Dharma is not properly executed in this age of Kali. Therefore, he ordered Rāmānanda Rāya to go further into the matter. Rāmānanda replied with his verses from Bhagavad Gita 9:27, which instructs that while remaining in the system of Varnashram, one may offer the result of his activity to the Lord Krishna in loving service. Naturally, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking Rāmānanda about the execution of devotional service. Rāmānanda Rāya first enunciated the principle of Varnashram system in consideration of materialistic people. However, this conception is not transcendental. As long as one is in the material world, he must follow the principle of Varnashram Dharma. But devotional service is transcendental. The system of Varnashram refers to three modes of material nature. But transcendental devotional service is on the absolute platform. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu belongs to the spiritual world. So Mahaprabhu is not interested. He told, no, you tell me more. Then it is stated that simply Varnashram Dharma without cultivation of Krishna consciousness, without offering the activities, is not good. But Mahaprabhu has rejected this. Then in the purport, Krishna says that, in the purport, Prabhupada says that why it is, because still your activities on the material platform. Therefore, it is called karma mishra bhakti. It is not the pure bhakti. It is called your devotional service based on your occupational duty or ritualistic activity, whatever it is. It is karma mishra bhakti. It is a mix of karma fruitive activity plus bhakti. Therefore, it is rejected by the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The external, it is not pure devotional. Mahaprabhu is, transcendental world. He wants that answer, the ultimate purpose of life, pure devotional service. I want a verse that defines the pure devotional service. That was the question of Mahaprabhu. So then Mahaprabhu said that Rāmānanda Rāya replied, to give up one's occupational duty in the Varnashram system is the essence of perfection. That is a very, very important verse. That is from Bhagavad Gita he quoted. Sarvadharman parityadam mam ekam saranam braj, which is the gist of all scripture, quintessential philosophy of all scripture. Still Mahaprabhu rejected this. Mahaprabhu said that because your offering of your result to the Krishna is fine, but still you are in the material platform engaging in fruitive activity. Therefore, you should tell me better. So Raya Ramananda said, the better verse is that you give up the material activity. Sarva dharman parityada means give up your occupational duty, give up your varnashrama system. Exclusively surrender to Krishna. That is more better. Yes, that is more better. But Mahaprabhu rejected. Why rejected? Let us learn from the Prabhupada purport. A Brahmana may renounce his family and accept sannyas. Other Kshatriya and Vaishya may also give up their family and take to Krishna consciousness. Such renunciation is called karma tyaga. Varnashram system, then karma arpana, then karma tyaga. By such renunciation, the Supreme Personality of God is satisfied. In contrast, the process of renouncing the result of one activity by offering this result to Krishna is not considered uncontaminated, because although such a process implies that one recognizes Krishna as the Supreme Person, it still involves one in activity on the material platform. Although offering result to your Krishna is not contaminated, but it involves one in activity on the material platform. Since such activities are within the material universe, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered them external. To correct this, Rāmānanda Rāya recommended that one take to the renounced order of life in order to transcend the material activity. This is supported by following verse 11:11:32. 11:11:32 also Krishna say that give up all these things and surrender unto me. In this way, you will be attaining the ultimate goal. So Krishna say in that however, having taken complete shelter at my lotus feet, however, a saintly person ultimately renounces ordinary religious duty. Worship me alone. He is thus considered to be the best among all living. So Krishna also say that, no, this is also good. So Raya Ramananda quoted that Sarva Dharman Parityajam Mamekam Saranam Bhaja. So give up all these material activities, because bhakti on the religious duties is still, not pure. So he quoted Sarva Dharman Parityajam Mamekam Saranam Aham Tum Sarva Papebhyo Mukhyasami. As stated in scripture, after giving up all kind of religious and occupational duties, if you come to me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead takes shelter, and I will give you all protection from all of life's sinful reaction. Do not worry. So in this connection, so Prabhupada say that although this is a good platform, still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected this. Prabhu kahe eho bhaya age kaho aro, Raya kahe jnana mishra bhakti sadasa. So Mahaprabhu is rejected. Why is rejected? Because the simply renunciation from the religious and occupational duty does not mean that absorption of Krishna consciousness. Only detachment is not necessary. Krishna consciousness entails detachment from the matter, attachment to the Krishna. Therefore, on that platform is marginal platform, where you are not attached to matter, you are not attached to spirit also. Therefore, this state is called marginal state. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you go beyond that. You go beyond, because simply staying in the marginal platform does not guarantee your bhakti. The bhakti is not there. The conception of bhakti still it is not there. Therefore, he rejected that. Because there is no understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his transcendental loving service. Without such spiritual knowledge, simply detachment from the material condition is but another side of material existence. From the spiritual point of view, it is external. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is rejected. Simply detachment, it is not good. So the Mahaprabhu, then Raya Ramananda answered, replied, devotional service mixed with empiric knowledge is the essence of all perfection. He goes little higher and higher. This is a beautiful conversation where you know the progressive path of devotional service. Then Raya Ramananda quoted these beautiful verses from Bhagavad Gita 18:54. Brahma bhuta prasanatma na sochuti na kankyati. Samah sarva bhuteshu madhabhakti lavate. The devotional, the knowledge, speculative knowledge mixed with the devotional service is the perfection. Devotional service mixed with the non-Vedic speculative knowledge is certainly not pure devotional service. Mahaprabhu, why rejected? Because it is mixed jnana mishra bhakti. Therefore, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati in this Anubhasya preaches that self-realization following the execution of ritualistic ceremony is in the neutral stage between liberation and conditional life. It is a place beyond the material world, in the river Biroda, where three modes of material nature are subdued or neutralized in the unmanifested state. However, the spiritual world is a manifestation of the spiritual energy, is known as Vaikuntha Loka, the place where there is no anxiety. Material world, known as Brahmanda, is the creation of external energy. Between two creations, material creation and spiritual creation, is a river known as Biroda. So Biroda river is divided the spiritual world and material world. So those who are speculative knowledge, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, those who are executing devotional service based on the speculative knowledge, they cannot go. They are in neutral stage. Neither they are touched with the material, nor touched with the spiritual. So that is here stated that that Raya Ramananda suggested that devotional service based on the philosophy and logic is more advanced position. He therefore quoted the following verses, but this is also rejected. Why? This is also not pure devotional service. It is contaminated. Speculative knowledge is contamination. One can fall down also by this contamination. Ashuddha buddhi. Ashuddha buddhi means, it is stated this beautiful verses. This kind of buddhi, you may fall down. The Jnana Mishra Bhakti, you may fall down again to the platform. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected this Jnana Mishra Bhakti or Bhakti based on the speculative knowledge. Then Mahaprabhu asked Raya Ramananda, it is external, aage kaho aaro, something better, you tell me something better. Then Ramananda said that Jnana Sunya Bhakti, that is called Sadhya Sar. What is Jnana Sunya Bhakti? After hearing this, Lord as usual rejected it, considering it to be external devotional service. He again asked the Ramananda Raya to speak further. And Ramananda Raya replied, pure devotional service without any touch of speculative knowledge is the essence of perfection. This is very important point. Here the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed. In his Anubhasya commentary, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the stage of devotional service mixed with speculative knowledge is also external, not within the jurisdiction of pure devotional service, as practiced in Vaikuntha Loka. As soon as there is some conception of materialistic thought, be it positive or negative, service is not spiritual. It may be free from material contamination, but because there is a mental speculation, the devotional service is not pure. Freed from the contamination of material life. A living entity who wants to be completely pure must be above this material conception. Negation of material existence does not necessarily mean spiritual existence. After material existence is negated, spiritual existence, namely Sachidananda, still may not be manifested. Until one comes to the stage of actually understanding one's eternal relationship with Supreme Lord, he cannot enter into the spiritual life. Spiritual life means becoming detached from material life and engaging in the loving service of the Lord. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore asked Ramananda Raya to explain something transcendental to devotional service mixed with speculative knowledge. A pure devotee is completely surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord. Only by his love does he conquer Krishna, who cannot be conquered by anyone. Krishna always stands victorious over everything. No one can conquer him. One can attain the stage of pure devotional service, devotion, simply by fully surrendering. This is the next corroborated by Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14, where the Lord Brahma, defeated by the potency of Sri Krishna and fully surrendered unto the Lord. Jnana Praya, this is the beautiful verse. This is the starting of our bhakti. This is called sadhana bhakti, starting. Jnana Praya, the bhakti starts with actually this. Because simply by detachment, one cannot attach to spiritual life. That doesn't mean that one attached to spiritual existence. So one has to come to the platform of understanding our eternal relationship with Krishna and engage in the service of the Krishna. That is called Sambandha Jnana, then Abhidaya Jnana. That Abhidaya Jnana only the bhakti actually begins. Jnana Prayasam Udapasya Namante Eva Jivanti Sanmukharitam Bhavadiya Vartam Stane Sthitu Sutigatam Tanuban Monovi Ye Prayasa Jita Jita Pi Asitais Trilokyam. It's a beautiful verse that Prabhupada very frequently quotes. So here saying that Ramananda, they say that Lord Brahma, Ramananda Raya continued, Lord Brahma said, my dear Lord, those devotees who have thrown away the impersonal conception of absolute truth have therefore abandoned discussing empiric philosophical truth, should hear from self-realized devotee about your holy name, form, pastime, quality. They should completely follow the principle of devotional service and remain free from illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, animal slaughter, surrendering themselves fully with body, what's mine. They can live in any ashram or social status. Indeed, you are conquered by such person, although you are always unconquered. This is where the our Krishna consciousness begins. This is where the Prabhupada begins his Krishna consciousness. That is a outstanding contribution to the humanity by Prabhupada. This is the verses that defines Krishna consciousness. So whole idea is that from the beginning, in the beginning, before come in contact with a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, or come in contact with Krishna consciousness, everybody has got this some conception of misconception, misgivings, some speculative conception about the God, about the purpose of life, about the spirituality. But here these verses say that give up all, throw all these things, all this your so-called knowledge, unlearn it, all the speculative knowledge, throw it away. And with this service mood surrendering process, you should hear from a self-realized devotee. That is the beginning of our devotional service, sadhana bhakti. As soon as we come in contact with a pure devotional service, pure devotee, that is where our bhakti begins. When you hear the holy name, form, pastime, qualities of the Lord, satang prasangam mama veer samvidha. When you hear from a satang prasangam, a pure devotee, then what will happen? We will be free from all kind of anartha, like 4 regulative principles. As soon as we come in contact with Krishna consciousness or Srila Prabhupada and hear from Prabhupada, reading his books, all this illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, animal slaughter, all this we are free. So we are following the principle of devotional service. If one is following the principle of devotional service by hearing from pure devotee, what will happen then? And surrendering themselves fully with body, one mind. Sthane sthita sutikatam tanumana ved. We do not have to change that I want to become brahmachari, I want to be full-time, half-time. No. I want to be kshatriya. No need all changing your position, but change your disposition, change your consciousness. Simply by hearing, you don't change your position. Simply hear from a pure devotee and follow the principle of devotional service. Follow the instruction of spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, self-realized devotee. Then what will happen? Then the Lord who is always stands victorious over everything, and that Supreme Lord who cannot be controlled by anything, is the supreme controller, can be controlled, can be conquered by the devotee. Simply this process. That is on this point, Mahaprabhu agreed to that. Yes, this is where bhakti starts. In other process, Varnashrama process completely for materialistic people on the material platform. Even you go little better, your bhakti, and offer your result to the Lord, still it is materialistic, because still it is on the material platform. This is karma mishra bhakti. You go little higher, you give up all these material activities, renounce everything. That does not guarantee that spiritual existence. You simply give up material existence, but there is no spiritual activity. Negation of negative does not mean that you are in positive side. You have to be in positive side. So that also rejected by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then go better. That is called Jnana Mishra Bhakti, where you have some conception of knowledge of bhakti, but it is a speculative knowledge. Therefore, it is not pure. Then the better one, Rāmānanda Rāya quoted this one, that never mind. This Jnana Shunya Bhakti means forget about all speculative knowledge. Simply hear from the ear is gateway to liberation, expressway. Simply hear from a self-realized devotee. What will happen? You will conquer the unconquerable Lord. Of course, in the neophyte stage, this is called sadhana. This is called sadhana bhakti. Because in neophyte stage, it may not be appeared to be pure, but when it graduates, When it matured, it became Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous love. Spontaneous love. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Prabhu kahe eho hoya age kaha ara raya kahe prema bhakti sarva sadhya sara. See, Mahaprabhu at this point, see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, this is all right, but still you can speak more on this subject. Ramananda said, yes, ecstatic love for personality of God is the essence of all perfection. See, that is the point of sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, one has to mature to the raganuka bhakti, means spontaneous love. Sadhana bhakti means regulative principle. Follow the regulative principle of devotional service, like chanting the rounds, 16 round, or giving up meat eating, all the things, all prohibitive principle. Morning getting up for Mangalarti, hearing from the devotees. So these are the things, regulative principle. But once that is the beginning, one has to progress. That progressive path means one has to come to the platform of spontaneous love for the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Mahaprabhu say, tell me more. Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur summarizes the conversation up to this point where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Ramananda Rāya, eho ahya age kaho ara. This is the process accepted in devotional service. But there is something more than this. Therefore, please explain what is beyond. Simply executing the duties of Varna ashramas is not as good as offering all the result of one's activity to the Lord. When one gives up all fruitive activity, fully surrendered to the Lord, he attains Swadharma Tyaga, that is called Sarvadharman Parityaga, Swadharma Tyaga, wherein he abandons the social order and takes to the renounced order. This is certainly better. However, better than renounced order is cultivation of knowledge mixed with devotional service. Yet all these activities are external to the activities of spiritual world. There is no touch of pure devotional service in them. Pure devotional service cannot be attained by empiric philosophy, nor can perfection be attained simply by good association. Devotional service by self-realization is a different subject matter. It is untouched by fruitive activity in which one surrenders the result of one's activity to the Lord, also by the process of abandoning one's prescribed duty and accepting a renounced order of life. Such devotional service is also situated on the highest platform than that of empiric philosophical. So here it is said that this is very part where Rupa Goswami Anya Vilasita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anarvitam Anukulyana Krishnanushilam Bhakti Rupa. Bhakti means you give up all this Jnana Misra Bhakti, cultivation of knowledge with devotional service, karma, cultivation of ritualistic ceremony, devotional service based on ritualistic ceremony. This is karma Misra. All this not favorable, not the Uttama Bhakti. Therefore, this things has been accepted as a devotional. Simply wherever you are there, whatever the ashrama you belong to, you subscribe to, you be there. Actually, you don't subscribe, belong to, but simply here. Therefore, even Krishna also say that he told that Maya Saptano. This is a very important verses Krishna said in 8:7. Mayasakta 7:1. Mayasakta monopartha yogam injan mada asray. So you just hear. Then Mahaprabhu has quoted, Raya Ramananda quoted something better, but it's called spontaneous love. When the sadhana bhakti is matured by process of hearing, chanting, and engaging in following the principle of devotional service, it gets matured. Then when it gets matured, then Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavitamati Priyatam Jadi Kutapi Labhyate Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Ekalam Janma Puti Sukriti Labhyate. That time what will happen? Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. It can be attained only by paying one price. This is intense greed to obtain it. If it is available somewhere, one must purchase it without delay. So this verses is about the spontaneous love. First is sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, we do not have that intense greed. We just follow the instruction. But it is not spontaneous. It is not automatically free flow. Just like Kunti Devi is praying for this. Let my devotion flow like a Ganges is flowing. It has not come to that stage. But spontaneous love means it has to come that position where Nayanam galada asrudharaya badanam gada gada lutagara jugaitam nimishena chakkusa prabhasaitam. This is called spontaneous love when the sadhana bhakti gets matured. So Mahaprabhu says this, Raya Ramananda say that yes, dasya premo. So hearing up to the point of spontaneous love, Lord said this is all right, but if you know more, please tell me. See how much Mahaprabhu is going up and up and up with the pinnacle point, summit point of Bhakti Tattva. In reply, Ramananda says, spontaneous loving service in servitude extended by master and servant is the highest perfection. He told Dasya Rasa. There are 5 rasa is there. Santa Rasa is neutral. God is great. No, that's okay. There is no service involved in Santa Rasa. But we are talking about devotional service. Therefore, Raya Ramananda quoted the Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa is the better than this simply spontaneous love. Dasya Rasa. After understanding that the sadhana bhakti is good because it is bhakti, it is in transcendental platform. In the beginning, it is sadhana bhakti. When it gets matured, it is like greed. You have an intense greed for devotional service. Intense greed to engage in the service of the Lord. That is spontaneous love. Mahaprabhu also rejected this. Not rejected. He told, tell me better than this. Then Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa example has been given. There is a very nice example of Ambrish Maharaj. So Durvasa Muni quoted the beautiful verses regarding the Dasya Rasa. He told that he very nicely glorified Ambrish Maharaj by these beautiful verses. Durvasa Muni said that Durvasa Uvacha Aho Ananta Dasanam Haktam Drishtam Adyame. So he told that Durvasa Muni said, my dear king, today I have experienced the greatness of devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead. For although I have committed an offense, you have prayed for my good fortune. How the glories of Dasya Rasa. Therefore, Ramananda quoted Dasya Rasa is very good. Like Hanuman. Dasya Rasa. Then Mahaprabhu say, no, I want more than that. Mahaprabhu say, I am not satisfied with that. Tell me anything better than this. Then he quoted these beautiful verses about the Sakya Rasa. And also beautiful verses in this Dasya Rasa also it is quoted. Yan nama sutri matena puman bhavati nirmala tasya padakim dasanam avishyasate. That is also from Canto 9, Durvasa Muni also spoke. A man become purified simply by hearing the holy name of Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet creates a holy place of pilgrimage. Therefore, what remains to be attained by those who have become his servant? The glories of the Dasya Rasa. This is spoken by the Durvasa to Ambrish Maharaj. And also there is another verses glorify the Dasya Rasa. Bhavantam ivanucharam nirantara. This is by Jamnacharya. Prashanta nihesha manorathantara. So this verses is so good. By serving you, constantly one is freed from all material desire and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a perfect master? Jamnacharya is telling. So these are the glorification of the Dasya Rasa. Then, but Mahaprabhu is not satisfied. He requested him to go step further. I want more. Raya Ramananda said that loving service to Krishna rendered in fraternity is the highest perfection. Fraternity means Bachelor Rasa. So Bachelor Rasa is more highest. Therefore, he quoted these beautiful verses that Itam Satam Brahma Sukhanubhutya Dasyam Gatanam Paradaivatyanam. He quoted this Srimad Bhagavatam verses. Neither those engaged in the self-realization of appreciating Brahman effulgence of the Lord, nor those engaged in devotional service while attempting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a master, nor those under clutches of Maya, thinking Lord an ordinary person, can understand that certain exalted personality after accumulating volume of pious activity now playing with the Lord in the friendship as cowherd boy. That is not but Sakhya Rasa, sorry, fraternity, Sakhya Rasa. So here it is say that the cowherd boys, how they glorious. After accumulating volume of pious activity, now playing with the Lord in friendship as cowboys. Of course, there is a more intricacy in this. There are two kind of Sakhya Rasa. One is so intimated Sakhya Rasa, like all these gopos. Another is like Arjuna and all. They have some respect, Sakhya Rasa. They do not transgress that boundary. So Mahaprabhu say that Prabhu kahe eho uttama age kaho ara Raya kahe bachala prema sarva sadhya sara. So Mahaprabhu again telling, I am not, okay, this statement is very good, but please proceed even further. Rāmānanda Rāya then replied, loving service unto the Lord with parental relationship with the highest proportion. That is Bachelor Rasa by Josodananda Maharaj Devaki. So this is also very good verses. Nanda kim akorod brahman sreya evam mohodaya. This is spoken by Parikshit Maharaj. Nanda kim akorod brahman sreya evam mohodayam Josodava Mahabhaga Papojastanam Hari. Rāmānanda Rāya continued that, O Brahmana, whose pious activity did Nanda Maharaj perform by which he received the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna as his son? And what pious activity did Mother Josoda perform that made the absolute personality of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna call her mother and suck her breast? That is Vatsalya Rasa. What kind of activities Mother Josoda and Nanda Maharaj did that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has become their son and sucking the breast? Lord is Swarat. Lord is fully satisfied. Atmaram. He is not in need of any kind of, milk in Vaikuntha. Satyasahasra Lakshmi Sambhrama Sebhyamanam. See, he is the supreme rich person. Everything belongs to him. But still, Bachelor Rasa is so enduring, so glorious. Lord comes down to exhibit the Bachelor Rasa. He wants that milk, breast milk. He wants to be son. Nobody is son of Krishna. Krishna is the Adi Purusha. But he wanted to become a son of his pure devotee who is engaged in the Bachelor Prema, parental love. That is the glories of Bachelor Rasa. So in this regard, there is a beautiful verses again spoken in the 10th chapter. Nenam virinchana bhavo nas Sri Rapi Anga Samsraya Prasadam Levir Gopi Yattat Prapa Vimukta. This is a beautiful verses. The favor of Mother Josoda obtained from Sri Krishna, the bestower of liberation, was never obtained even by Lord Brahma or Shiva, nor even by goddess of fortune, who always remain on the chest of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is statement 10.9.20, this statement by the Parikshit Maharaj to Sukadev Goswami. Sorry, Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, that how the Damodar Leela, the Josoda Maya bound the Supreme Lord who is unbounded. Therefore, it is stated here that even the Brahma, Lakshmi, and nobody has got that privilege that what Josoda Maya got it. So there is a Bachelor Rasa, glory is so exalted. Bachelor Rasa is so exalted. It's so glorious. Prabhu kahe ehi uttama age kaho Raya. Raya kahe kanta prema sarva sadhya sara. Lord say that certainly it is certainly getting better one after others. But surpassing all of them is another transcendental mellow. You can speak them as the most sublime. Rāmānanda then replied, conjugal attachment for Krishna is the topmost position in love of God. This is the full final things. This is a beautiful verses. Nayam Sriyanga Nitanta Rathe Prasada. This verses is spoken very nicely in 10th canto. So here it is said that when Lord Krishna was dancing with gopis in the Rasalila, the gopis were embraced around the neck by the Lord's arm. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or the other constant in the spiritual world. nor was such a thing ever imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planet. Girl whose bodily luster and aroma resemble the beauty and the fragrance of lotus flower, and what to speak of worldly women, who may be very, very beautiful according to material estimation. This is 10th canto, 47 verses. Uddhava was spoken by the Uddhava when he visited to Vrindavan. So here it is said that the glories of the conjugal love, that how in the Rasalila the Lord was uh, dancing dancing with the damsel of the gopis, embrace around the neck. That opportunity, that privilege, nobody got it, neither Mother Lakshmi nor even the wife of Lord in Vaikuntha, nor any damsel of heavenly planet. What to speak out all worldly planet. Let there may be a Miss Universe or Miss India. Who cares? That is the position of conjugal love. Highest. And after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking that, of course, there's another verses is there. There's so many verses. Suddenly, due to their feeling of separation, Lord Krishna appeared among the gopis dressed in a yellow garment, wearing a flower garland. His lotus face was smiling. He was directly attracting the mind of people. It is true that whatever relationship a particular devotee has with the Lord is the best of him. Still, when we study all the different methods from a neutral position, we can understand there's a higher and lower degree of love. So, although Dasya Rasa, Sakya Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, and conjugal Madhurya Rasa, all the devotee, like Hanuman, also perfected in Dasya Rasa. Arjuna and Sudama Subala, they are good at Sakya Rasa. Yasodamaya and all, they are good. But in a neutral position, if you see that conjugal Vatsalya Rasa is the highest. So after that, Mahaprabhu is asking something like more than this. So which is the varieties of conjugal love, which is I am not qualified to speak. As far as I am practicing sadhana bhakti, I am not qualified to preach that kind of conjugal love, the varieties of conjugal love. So we will stop here, and thank you very much. This is very, very important lesson, important philosophical understanding of bhakti tattva. Without understanding the philosophical bhakti tattva, one cannot act perfectly. One cannot execute devotional service. Therefore, this is the very, very good discourse between Rāmānanda Rāya, very illuminating, insightful, and meaningful conversation between Rāmānanda Rāya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you very much. Jai Sri Chaitanya Chaitamurti ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Hari Hari Bol.